it's Wake Up Wednesday with Sharon and Natalie. Today we're going to have a lot of fun. Today we're going to do the Holy Grail of beauty tips for mature women. My Holy Grail, okay? And I hope you'll grab a pencil and a piece of paper and take a lot of notes, because some of them you've heard before, some of them you haven't, okay? All right. Before we get started on this, I want everyone that is not subscribed to me to scroll on down and hit that little red button that says subscribe. And then go ahead and hit the bell, because that'll be notifying you of my upcoming videos, okay? All right, so here we go, ladies. The number one problem I want to talk about, and it can be a problem or it can't be a problem, would be powder. I have said so many times in all my videos that powders are a curse to mature women. But let me explain that a little further. You can over powder or you can under powder. Now, let me be very, very specific. I do set my face with some powder, and I use the Hourglass Veil, which is very micro, teeny, tiny. It's so super fine. I've never had any powder be that fine, if you will. All right, and I just take a big powder brush and I plop, plop, plop in the T-zone around in here, and that's about it. All right, now, if I overdid the powder, I would just be packing on layers, pressing it in, packing on layers, pressing it in. Now, I'm not saying that sometimes when you use powders, because I do, I spray them like with a Tasha spray. Sometimes I, spray them with setting spray and then press the powders in, and that will help. But be very, very careful not to overdo the powders. You'll look cakey, every line, every pore in your skin will show, and you'll look positively elderly, okay? And you'll look like you're trying too hard as well. But the main thing is the look has to be polished and finished, and you still have to have some sort of radiance kind of coming in. Are you following me on this? Be very careful about the over powdering. That is the biggest curse ever. Now, number two, and I'm not even going to number these so much, but it's the second one on my Holy Grail list. When you already have some of your powder out, take a little mascara wand and put a little powder in the palm of your hand and dip that brush in. And powder your lashes before you add mascara. And then I wait a little bit and I powder some more. Now I found another trick that's even better than that. Take that little brush, dip it in some of your setting spray, fan it just a couple of times, roll it in the powder, then put it on your lashes. Voila! Your lashes are uber thick. By the time you get the mascara on there, you're going to look like you've got on false eyelashes. Okay, girls? Works every time. And number three, I like to think about Botox and fillers. Let's talk about that for a minute. A lot of you are dying to have Botox and fillers. You ask me tons and tons of questions about it all the time. Botox and fillers take care of all the issues that our skincare doesn't take care of. Remember, the Holy Grail of every skincare product for mature women, and especially medical grade, is retin A, or retinol, or ranaldehyde. Whichever you are using, you need a retinoid, and that will be your Holy Grail. I use retin A, okay? That's what I love. But there are some spots, like smile, smile lines here. When you smile, you get little lines around your crow's feet, your L's get deep. Sometimes all medical grade we use cannot take care of every single thing. So Botox and fillers do. Botox will numb the muscles and keep the wrinkles from getting any deeper and any more prominent than they are. The fillers will fill in places where you're basically kind of caving in. When you're getting in your nasolabial lines, they'll plump them up so they don't look so dominant. And, anything around in here they can fill in. Your lips they can fill in to give you a more youthful look. So don't forget about Botox and fillers. You can get all kinds of discounts if you go on Groupon. There are wonderful medical spas out there that do have great injectors, and the coupon is so cheap, I mean, almost anybody could afford it, okay? The next one I want to talk about is if I run out of my Bioderma, that's how I take my eye makeup off. I put it in cotton pads, hold it on there for 30 seconds, pinch them, and voila, the makeup comes right off. If I'm in a pinch and I don't have that, or I'm running low, I'm going to get out the Johnson & Johnson's baby oil, okay? That is a godsend. And I can put a little bit on that, on my cotton pads the same way, hold it over my eyes the same amount of time, like 30 seconds, and then voila, just wipe it off. I'm telling you, it works wonders. It never fails you, and just make sure you don't get it in your eyes, and you're just super duper fine. And it's cheap, girlfriends, okay? The next one I want to talk about is I have a lot of clients, especially when I did that video on how to instant proof, put on false eyelashes. They're that easy to put on like in a second, fail proof, so to speak. I got a lot of messages from that video saying, well, Sharon, how do you put the glue on the band of the lash without getting it on the lashes? Well, it's very simple. What I usually do is I take a bobby pin, and that little bulbous end to it, you know, that looks like a little bubble on the end. Okay, you just put some eyelash glue on there and just wipe it across the band like this. It does not get on the lash. It's easy. There's no muss, no fuss, and it puts on just the right amount that you would need for that lash. So see, nothing's going to hold you back now, ladies, okay? Okay, ladies, we're all dressed, we're ready to go, and we can't seem to find the right color of lipstick. I mean, it's got to be just that right color. And maybe we have, let's say, for instance, a great nude, but we need just a little pink in it, but we don't have that particular lipstick that we need, that color. So what I do is I go into my eyeshadows, okay, and I find, you know, the eyeshadows that may be just the color I'm needing, the pink, and I just kind of scrape it out. Actually, I use a bobby pin with the end, scrape some out on a little dish, and then I take some, you know, balm, or you can use petroleum jelly, you can use a little Aquaphor, just a tiny bit, and you just stir it up like that. And girlfriends, you have got instant lipstick. And does it sounds like every other lipstick? Do you see what I'm saying? So always, always, always think that there is a backup. Utilize your shadows that you have at home, those pigments, because you can come out just looking gorgeous. It's just like with rosy cheeks. You can use those colors, still mix with a petroleum jelly or a balm or whatever you've got, and you can even use that as a cream blush. You can even use them as cream eyeshadows, and you're mixing up your own color. But don't forget about the lipstick. It works every single time. Now, this is one of the best tricks I ever learned. It's not so much a trick, but I had a gal from Dior talking to me at the counter. Excuse me a minute. Talking so much, feel like lipstick stripping, girls. But anyway, I was at the Dior counter because I was purchasing another foundation, my Dior Capture Total that you all know I love. And as I was talking to her, she had mentioned to me that I changed colors of the particular one I was using. I said, oh, why? This is my perfect color. She says, yeah, I'm going to tell you something. She said, if you'll buy, you mature women, if you will buy foundations with a little more yellow undertone, it'll make you look even younger. Well, since then, I want you to know, I have bought every foundation with a yellow undertone. And you know what? My skin looks more flawless. It looks smoother. And because when you put on something too light or white, you look pasty. Like, remember when I did that drugstore foundation, that No Stay, whatever it was, back when Natalie and I did our drugstore favorites? It looked like I put white icing on my face or something. No matter what color, it looked pasty. Do you see what I'm saying? So if you go a little more yellow undertone, not only does it look smoother, it defines the face more, makes your eyes just glisten more, and it doesn't show all the flaws in your skin. So try that next time. Go for the foundation with a little yellow undertone. That was a great trick that makeup artist told me. Now, I have a lot of you always ask me all the time, Sharon, can we start using cream shadows and cream blushes and everything? Won't that make us look younger? Yes, in some cases it does make you look younger. And it's a softer look, and I absolutely love it. Now, I can't always get the hang of everything as being a cream because we boomers were brought up on a lot of powders, all except for our pan stick foundation. Everything else was powder, powder, powder. Okay, girls? And you talk about powder, we invented the art of powder, we boomers. We wore so much powder, honey, you couldn't even get close to us, okay? God forbid you blow in our face. Powder everywhere. But back to the story. Yes, there are many ways you can use cream blushes without going out and purchasing them. Look at your lipsticks. You know, I'll never forget growing up. My grandmother used to open up her tube of lipstick and dot, dot, and then rub it in with her hand. Dot, dot, rub it in with her hands. And I looked at her and she says, I'm putting my rouge on. They called it rouge. Well, if she didn't have any in her pants, she was going to use that lipstick out of that lipstick tube. And you know what? It worked just as good. She was beautiful all the time. So, be thinking about that, ladies. Be thinking about these things for eyeshadows and for cheek colors. But the lipstick definitely makes the most fantastic, fantastic cheek colors ever. I did a video not too long ago, and I was showing how you put the tape on the outside of your eye. Everybody knows about this. This is not new. But when I did, all the comments were, wow, your eye really looked lifted. Well, of course it did, because whether you use a credit card or whether you use tape, if you'll keep your shadows within that little perimeter and going up, you're going to see an eye lift. Never, never, never forget that. That is the most important thing. If you don't remember any of these tips, remember that. Because you know how our eyes start to droop at our age. And they'll want to droop at the corner. I hate that. That's why I get my Botox, you know. Okay. But anyway, they do. They'll droop and they'll sag. And if you use that tape procedure or that credit card, your eyes are going to go straight up and you will look so youthful. As a matter of fact, it takes away from the look of the pad and lines under your eyes. So that's all an illusion. It'll take away from that as well. So by all means, try the tape every time you do, you know, your shadows or your credit card. Works every time, girlfriends. Okay. A lot of people say, wow, Sharon, your lips are so big. Well, obviously I do have my lips filled and did back in the 90s with silicone. However, you know, it dissipates too, even if it's permanent silicone. You got to go and touch it up some. I have never done that yet, but I'm going to. But in the meantime, while I notice my top lip is drooping a little bit, this is what I do for the volume of my lips. I take my white concealer pen, I draw a line from this corner right up to here before you get to the middle, and this corner over here right before you get to the middle, so you're leaving a space here. I outline that with my concealer. Then the next thing I do is kind of the same thing. Right at the Cupid's bow, I'm just going to start on this edge, line it in here, and then draw a line up here. You know where the Cupid's bow has the two little pleats here? Okay? Draw your line straight up on each side and right down halfway with your concealer. Then just pat it in just lightly. Just pat it in. Now you can do this before or after you put on your lipstick and your liner. It doesn't matter. But it will enhance your lips to just pop All right, so see, a lot of this is an illusion, because if you see me masking or anytime I have no makeup on, you notice, well, I see it, yeah, her lips are losing a little volume at the top or something, but notice when I put my lipstick on and I do this technique with a concealer pen, it's an illusion, girlfriends, and that's what it's all about. It's like contouring your lips. Now let's talk about, I think, one of the most important tips ever, and that's masking. I am a masking fool. I know. You think I'm addicted, right? No, well, let me tell you, I am. I'm addicted to how my skin looks and feels after I mask. Every single night, after I take off all my makeup and everything, I am going to cleanse my face, all right, and I'm going to tone my face, and I'm going to use my essence, not once, but 2 to 3 times, okay, by patting it on. Now, I pick out the mask that I'm going to use for that night, and I go chill for 30 minutes with my mask on. Now, I also, on top of the mask, put a silicone mask on top of it. It puts in more heat, and it pushes the product in more. I will also, and I've told y'all this 100 times, take my jade roller, and I'll even sit there over the silicone mask and everything, just rolling my skin like this, and any extra solution coming down, and I roll it down my neck, because I'm pressing in the product from the mask. I don't want to lose any of it. Okay, and I want it to go deep. And it's already getting nice and warm and sinking into the skin, and then I'm rolling on top of that. But the most important thing is masking. Because once you mask, you let your face completely dry, then you can go and put the rest of your skincare on, or your retin-A for the evening. And you will not peel. You will not peel if you do it my way, okay? That is my favorite. That's why everybody talks about, oh, the peel was mad, I had to stop using around. Oh, the peel, squawk. No, it doesn't peel if you do your skin the way I'm telling you to. You want to lubricate your skin first, not after the retin-A, because that's going to cut down on the effectiveness. Do it before. Wash, tone, essence, mask, let dry 30 minutes, then go put your retin-A on. Works every time, girlfriends. The next little tip is contouring with a contour color stick. It could be the contour, or it can be any type of stick, so to speak, okay? I showed you the Smashbox contour stick that I've been using some, and it's easy because you can just draw a little line with it here, draw a little line with it, use your damp sponge, and just, press it all around, and it's smooth, it's easy, it's shiny, you look lovely. You can do it under your jowls, on your neck. Actually, to be honest with you, I like the contour makeup stick better than I do the powder. And the reason I'm saying that is because it seems like you can just work it easier the way you want it, and put it in the places where you want it, and it goes on so smooth and so pretty with the damn beauty blender, you can't even believe it. I mean, it is a gorgeous, gorgeous look. Try that next time instead of your powder contour, okay? You're going to love it. And of course, every girl's gotta have her perfume, okay? I mean, we just do. Yeah, I have people ask me all the time, what is your favorite? What is your favorite? Well, I have a couple, but I always have leaned towards Guerlain. And now I'm with the Guerlain Mon. Oh, sexy girlfriend. I love that scent, love it. I also love my Shalimar, don't get me wrong. I mean, even my grandmother wore Shalimar. It's very popular. And no, it's not an old lady scent. If it goes with your pH, it works, okay? And then, of course, I love my Poison by Dior. I mean, I use several. But right now, I'm hung up on my Guerlain. So let's talk about the scents. Where are we going to spray the scent? You're going to spray it in your hair lightly. Spray it above. Let it fall on your hair. You're going to put it behind your ears. You're going to put it on the inside of your elbows. you are going to put it around your belly button, because remember, all these areas are what heats up and moves around, and it puts out the scent. The next thing is down your back, in the center, almost to your waist, right before your buttocks area starts. Just squirt a little bit right there, and then behind the knees, right behind your knees. And I'm telling you, no, it won't be too much, but every area, let's say you're sitting down or you're getting warm when you walk in a place, the scent's going to go off and it's going to be fantastic. With the heat outside, you're at a pool party or a garden party or whatever, you know, or maybe a barbecue, the scent is going to come off and everybody's going to go, oh my gosh, that is gorgeous. Do you see what I'm saying? Remember to put it in the right places. Never take a scent and rub it like that on your wrist. No, 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 no. And don't, rub it with your fingers. And don't just take one spray and walk through. That'd be great for your hair, but don't forget your other spots, because it's not going to stay in your hair that long with the wind blowing and other climate, issues you got going on there. Remember what I told you. Those are the prime spots to add your scent, okay? Well, ladies, these were the Holy Grail tips that I'm bringing you. Beauty and skincare, makeup. This is what I like. If you haven't tried these things, go ahead and try them. I think you're absolutely going to love it. And, I'm in a hurry. I got to run over and see Natalie, okay? I'm dying to see what she's got for us today. And I'll talk to you later. Be sure, all you new subscribers, mwah, 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 mwah. I just love you, girls. I just love you. For everyone watching the video, hit the subscribe button and give me a big thumbs up and stay sassy, classy, confident.